Is 2 weeks in a row that Balefire and Calgrad are gonna be late?
Maybe. Yeah, it's only. Oh,
Hey.
I mean, it's like 1 minute. It's
I
fine.
technically clicked on the button in time. My Discord took like a minute to connect.
That's not good.
Call.
Excuses.
It's a poor craftsman that blames his tools.
Yeah, well, we can't all be perfect.
Hello.
And
Morning,
he was
Calgrad.
later than me, so shame on you, Calrod.
What?
You're late.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You're later
good.
than me again.
You're 2 minutes late. How dare you?
Oh, mean.
That's twice as late as Balefire was.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm joining right now.
All right. Well.
Right.
So Schroeder, it'd be your turn to do scribe. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
All right. In Calgrad, you were the previous scribe.
I am.
You want to give us a quick recap of last time on the Shadowstalkers?
Yes. So last time on the Shadowstalkers, we were on the 13th of winter, and we started being really studious. While Karen was looking to the Mindstorm, we each did some kind of study. Shoulder looking at the hollow points. Mora was hunting undead. Wildfire, spending some time with Zana. Tal researching the Runemaster's Tower from the 12th cycle. And while we were doing that, we also kind of went to seal off the access to the vault using Mora's magic, stone magic. So it took us like 3 days going each day and doing using some of her spells, slots, and Calbrod mapped the map, mapped a map for Chiron for the glass fur to the vault. Then, so we sealed the 2 passage within 3 days. Nothing major happened during that time, except that we brought back the pillars, like the hollow pillars, the 4 hollow pillars through Balefire's portable hall to Karen. I believe we kept one in the portable hall. And we learned that there were a human army that was starting to camp outside of Hizik. So we have. We have. Yes, one thing happened actually. During the second day where we were there, we found out the old dwarven tunnel leading to a kind of a dwarven underground station. And we started figuring out there was a teleportation circle. There was some kind of portal protected by a golem. And we decided, and there was like a train with 4 cars, but we decided, we nearly tried to get it started, but some wiser voices rose up saying, hey, we should finish what we were doing before maybe doing that. So that's what we did. And we made sure that the passage was not as visible. It was not very visible, but we kind of noticed it, so we removed the light to make sure it couldn't be noticed again easily. And then, so there was a discussion about finishing the wall or hunting the scouts before as the army was kind of growing outside of the walls. We decided for finishing the wall, and then once that was done, or nearly the day before, Nimble visited, saying that Demi Prime wanted to meet. We told her we would go there midday the next day, finish sealing the vault, and and that's where we stopped, I guess. We were about to head over there. Jean-Luc is with his goblins patrolling down the vault. Butcher has returned with us to the surface, and that's it, right? Oh no, yeah, there's one detail, but we don't know it. I think Mora went to look for the scouts on her own instead of hunting undead, but none of us know that yet.
Yeah, I think she just took a quick detour from hunting undead to look for the scouts for a few hours one
Yeah.
of the days. So she was still hunting undead that day. It's just she took a couple hours to go see if she could find any of the scouts.
Yep.
All right. So, one other thing. I might have to duck out early. My husky puppy decided to stick his face in cat litter, and one of his eyes got
Oh,
all cloudy. And I had to get like an emergency vet thing, and it's supposed to be in at like 1 o'clock today. But my wife is probably going to take him. I just couldn't get confirmation on that. So maybe. I think she's going to take him, so he should be okay. But just in case, I might have to leave early.
right.
All right, so let's see. It is the 18th of winter, 10 o'clock a.m. Nimble was there, and I think the group was about to head back with him, right? Or what?
Did he stay with us? No, I don't think he stayed with us the night because we headed back to finish the wall in the morning, and then we were
Oh,
coming back
okay. Was
with
that
each other.
so? That was yesterday. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, that was the previous
Yeah.
night, and
That's
he
right.
just
Okay.
said that he was expecting our arrival.
Yes. Okay, cool. So it is the next day in the morning. What does the group want to do?
So are we going straight to Demi Prime? Is that the plan now?
We finished all of the walls.
Why didn't we go to Demo Prime on the evening after finishing the wall?
I thought
Well, we
the
finished
next
the wall
morning
this
we were
morning.
going to finish the wall and then
Right.
Yeah.
go.
So we go finish the wall and then we go.
Yeah.
We haven't finished it. I
something.
thought we had finished it.
I think you have finished it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
think
thought-
we ended with like just finishing it.
But we
Yeah.
didn't finish that day though.
Did we finish
So-
the day before?
No. We went to finish the wall first thing in the morning, so it should be
Yes.
like 2 a.m. 2 p.m. or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. I have to move the calendar up a bit. So, yeah, it's more like afternoon time. Like, we'll say 2 o'clock. That's fine. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the group is finished up with the wall. It should now be sealed, other than being able to teleport in through the circle. Or digging in, of course. But other than that, there shouldn't be an easy way to get to the vault. So you are back at the keep afterwards. What are you going to do?
Shall we
so-
meet with Demi?
Oh, and I assume you sealed yourselves out so you could use the glass sphere to teleport back, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to go meet with Demi Prime?
Yeah.
Like the only thing I had about meeting with the Demo Prime is we still don't know what the hell these people want. So I don't see how it's going to be a productive meeting.
So you're talking about the Warforged or the humans?
The humans. Like the Demo
Yeah.
Prime invited us to discuss what to do with the humans, but nobody has any idea what the humans want. So I don't know how we're going to have a discussion.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. The idea we kind of were floating so far was to try to turn the Warforged against the humans, and maybe at that point we can start finding the scouts and figure out a little bit more about that.
But if we don't even know what they want, why do we want to turn people against them? Isn't it better to first find out what they want? Plan accordingly.
Well, okay.
Well, the
Yes.
Warforged are trying to send a diplomat party to meet with them. And Demi wants to speak with us either beforehand or during.
Yeah,
Are we-
you.
Beforehand would be better.
from talking to Nimble, you probably get the idea that she wants to maybe find out more about what the humans might want and maybe plan accordingly to meet up with them.
So it
And we
seems
have
like
no
a good.
idea what the humans want, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
it
Demi
may be
doesn't know
really,
that.
and actually it may be great for us because she can send a diplomatic party. We can just tell her to not mention us at all, so that the humans are not aware of our presence, and we can wait to see what the Warforged learn about that. Does that make sense? If we do that, then we don't like reveal ourselves yet, and we see how the humans react to the Warforged.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So, are you sending a message to them, or are you going to meet with her? What do you want to do?
I believe they wanted to meet in person.
Then I
Okay.
Schroeder's
would
fine
vote
with
for.
going over there.
All right. So you're going to take some time and head over.
Yeah. So just a note. So we have the four hollow out of the vault, and we keep one with us in the portable hole. Is that right?
I believe so.
All right. And you can still use today for your downtime activities because all this stuff is small amounts of time.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
the group heads over to the cathedral. When you get there, oh, and I just realized I am not on the map screen. Whoops.
Mhm.
The group heads over to the cathedral. When you get over there, you would see a bunch of Warforged soldiers guarding. I think you've seen these already, but it looks like they put more Warforged out, keeping an eye on the entryway. As you approach, you would be recognized and allowed entry. Inside the cathedral, you see the Warforged have set up massive furnaces. Looks like they're turning it into a large forge area. But in the middle there, Demi Prime would approach. Let me get her picture because not everyone has seen it. So she's not in her large body. She's instead in her humanoid form.
Yeah, her newer one.
And she says, "Welcome to you, Shadowstalkers. I'm glad you came so quickly. I think the presence of these Empire forces could be dangerous to all of us, if not approached cautiously and correctly. I was hoping to get your insight, as we don't know much about this new Empire, being sealed in the vault for most of this cycle. What can we expect from the Teruvian Empire forces?"
I believe Calgard would be a little better at explaining them, but I don't believe they're all particularly unified. It is a certain house that is arrived.
yeah, we know there's two houses that have, well, at least one house, the Blackwater house, has taken a great interest into Isik and the possible location of the vault. But we believe from the standard we've seen that this is not actually this family that is here, and we don't know why they are here.
So, do you have any idea if they are hostile or what sort of intentions they might have? You said you do not.
We know that they sent a scout party, so we don't know if these scouts have already located you guys. We are pretty sure they have not entered the keep yet, but that's all we know so far.
Yes, we have encountered their scouts. So far, they have not been hostile, mostly avoiding us. But they are, it seems like maybe mapping out or getting information on Isik and what sort of dangers are here. That would be my assumption from their movements and actions. Do you plan to engage these humans and speak with them?
Tal?
know.
We are unsure of their reason for being here as a whole, so currently we are being patient and seeing what their motives are.
It may be actually interesting if you plan to send a diplomatic group to them to not mention our presence at your side yet, and just see how they react to you as newcomers here.
Not mention our presence or your presence.
As a presence of our group at your side.
Give me a persuasion. So, are you talking about like her presence is like a huge group of
No,
warforged?
our presence, our group's presence.
Oh, your groups. Okay, okay. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Didn't come through.
I didn't see it.
I don't see one.
That's fine. I'll roll straight here.
Did it like whisper it? Here, let me check your sheet.
There you go.
So I have a 14. I had rolled a 1 in 20 in Beyond, but he didn't come through. I think it's because I know why.
All right, so she nods. She says, "All right, I suppose we could keep your group secret in the event that maybe they are hostile, just so we have something hidden from them, knowledge of our forces. But all right, I shall create a group to go and speak with this army and see what their intentions are." She says, "How does your search for the vault go? I was told by Nimble that you've made quite a bit of progress."
Yes, we've dealt with the threat of the Shadowlord, which was the main issue. Now it is simply finding it.
From what I know of the Shadow Lords, they cannot be destroyed. So I'm assuming in defeat, he escaped to the Shadowfell.
At least his essence did. He didn't open a portal himself like Gaivok did when we faced him, but instead, after we defeated his host, a portal suddenly opened and then closed a minute later, and we assume through that his essence returned to the Shadowfell.
That would be in line with what we know of the Shadow Lords and previous encounters throughout history. Well, he is banished from this realm for the time being, so that is a boon for us. Is there anything else you wish to speak with me about?
You did speak about being, for lack of a better word, captive of the dwarves that created you. That was the original Dwarven Empire that were up in the mountains, correct?
She says, well, the Therian Empire, the ones you speak of, were in the mountains, but also expanded all throughout this territory. Their lands were vast, stretching much farther south than the current Teruvian Empire, to the coast and even including the desert. It was a massive empire back before the Cataclysm. This was just one area they controlled.
Do you have any recollection of locations that would be of interest?
We might have some information on some capital areas and areas of interest, yes. Why do you wish to know about them?
We heard something, or more, I read something that might be of interest in finding and using the vault if we are able to. I believe it was called the Runemaster Tower, or something like that?
The Rune Masters were a powerful order during the Therian Empire, and yes, they did have I guess, a home base uh, deep within the mountains. If you think it can help with the vault, I can have my people look into this for you.
Any information would definitely be helpful.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, that's not checked. Cool. Persuasion. Yay.
She says, perhaps I can propose something. We will seek this information to help you find and deal with the vault about this tower. In exchange, would you and your people be willing to make contact with the humans instead of us?
Calgrad?
It's a control. Personally, I vote for her staying discreet until we know more. But it's not just my vote.
I mean, how confident, based on the research I've done so far, how confident am I that I can find the rune tower on my own?
You think you can. It'll just take time. This will be a quicker way of doing it, assuming her people can get the information.
Yeah.
You would imagine that the vault probably has more detailed files on the Therian Empire, since, they existed during that time and have access to probably a lot of the hollow information. So it would probably be quicker. But yeah, I mean, you're pretty sure you could do it given time.
Belfard doesn't care.
Well, for now, I think we would prefer our group to not be known to this force as yet. As we weren't tasked by their empire to come here and deal with this, but a greater power.
Very well, then we shall make contact with them. Is there anything else we can possibly do to help?
What you doing, Dad? Dad, you got no pants on.
Anyone else?
Nothing from me.
Alright, so she will nod and say, as usual, our base of operations is a place of solace for you as well. Feel free to stay here as long as you wish. And let us know if you need to purchase any supplies or if you need anything else. She says, nimble. Or go ahead.
Yeah, I would have a question. So you located the scouts in this area of the city, or in? Do you think the scouts know about the cathedral and your presence here?
So we've seen scouts near the cathedral, so we believe they know, obviously not what's inside, but of something going on here. We've also encountered scouts mostly in the southern parts of the territories. We did see one near the keep as well, but I do not think they entered, and that was a few days ago.
All right. So after the discussion is done, I'm going to kind of check with the group kind of privately. Hey, should we kind of check if the scouts may have seen us entering here?
How would we check that?
Well, maybe find one of the scouts or see if there is any scout keeping watch. I don't know if they have decided to keep scouts on each location but maybe we do a sweep around the cathedral to see if we find anything.
So if we find one of their scouts, we're gonna torture him to find out what they know about us, and then kill him so that they don't find out about us. Is that the plan?
Well, I don't know. Questions is so if effectively they have found the keep, they could have actually seen us. I just thought about that. Come in from the keep and to the cathedral. We haven't been especially stealthy coming here. So does that change anything about what we want to do?
I wanted to look for them before coming here, so got an idea of what I want to do.
Aye.
I'm impartial.
Aye. Move forward then.
Alright, so you said you want to look around the area to see if you find any scouts or tracks or anything?
Yeah, I would certainly kind of point out that I'm just going to go scout discreetly around, just not doing anything else, just reporting if I see something.
Alright, where are you gonna look?
I am going with.
Alright, so
Well,
Mora's...
sounds like we're all going.
are you all going, or is just Mora and Calgrod going?
No,
Well, we can.
Belgar will go scout. That's fine.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can kind of each take like like a separate area and see what we find. So I don't know. I mean, I can go over here, maybe more here, Belfire here.
Well, go ahead and drag your tokens onto the map in the areas you
Okay.
want to scout, if you're separating.
Are we separating? Are you guys okay to separate?
I don't know if that's the best idea to all go alone. If we all completely split up, we won't be able to do anything, see them.
So the goal is to try to find them, but not engage them, right?
Well.
Yeah. It's not about taking them down. It's knowing if there are the scout that is actually watching the cathedral.
I'm assuming you're splitting up just so it doesn't take as long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it would take a long time to explore an area if you're looking for tracks and everything. Alright. So, yeah, everyone choose an area, I guess, and give me perception checks. Okay. So, Mora, do you have survival training?
No. No.
So you find some tracks in your area. I'll start with you and go.
Well, I have jack of all trades.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check then. So you find some tracks in your area. You think that they're mostly Warforged, but you do find some signs of passage that could be like a human boot, or at least some kind of foot that looks different from the others.
Which direction?
It looks like it is going south.
All right.
And this is after a couple of hours of looking around. Do you want to do anything or keep searching?
Where is the main base? We know where their main camp is, right?
It's the humans?
Yeah.
So they were spotted, the armies are spotted south of the city in one of the surrounding farm areas. So they haven't entered the city yet. The scouts, you don't think, have a main base as far as you know.
Yeah, so going south, likely just going back to base, to like the main base. Not necessarily.
You would guess, or maybe to meet up with someone. I mean, there's a couple of different things, but yeah, if they're going south, likely at some point they're going back to their main base.
Did we agree on how much time we're spending looking for things with the group before splitting up?
I don't recall saying anything beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, at this point you've probably been looking for like 2 hours or so when you found these tracks. So it's been a little bit.
All right. I imagine that probably time to go back.
Heading to the cathedral?
We do still have the telepathic bond.
How long does that
do I?
last?
8 hours.
Is it infinite range?
Or yeah, it's infinite range.
Okay, well,
Uh,
fine. Then I'll
Is it
report.
8 hours? Hold on.
could
Let me
you?
double
Yeah,
check.
let me. Could you link that ability?
No, it's only 1 hour. Never mind, that's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. So you're just gonna head back to the cathedral for now.
Yep.
All right. Calgrod, up north with a 24. You would find a bunch of signs of passage. Give me a perception, or survival. Yeah, so again, it's a lot of Warforged movement. However, you do find several signs of passage that look different, that kind of go into this abandoned building here. No one's there now. I assume you would. I assume you're going to look into
Yeah, I
this.
would. I would check it out to see if there's anybody.
Okay, yeah, so no one's there now. You would guess with a 17 that this was probably about a week ago. So these are kind of old tracks, but it looks like there may have been like a small base of operations set up here. Possibly they were keeping an eye on the cathedral.
All right, but no one is there yet. Right now.
Yeah, that's correct. So you head back.
All right.
Balefire, do you have survival?
No.
Okay, so you find some signs of passage. It's hard to know much about what they mean. You just, see, like, looks like a bunch of people walked around here, but yeah, you're not sure how to track.
Okay.
So head back.
Yep.
Schroeder, unfortunately, you would not find
I
anything.
see nothing.
You're like,
Yeah.
this is a road. Tal. But you roll 24, of course. All right. Do you have survival?
I mean, I have a +5 untrained.
So here, let me check something. So you find signs of passage. You can't make much of it. You do notice when you're searching this area that this house here looks like it may have been used recently.
Okay. Can I take a quick look inside?
Yeah. So as you walk in,
I mean, I
you
can't see it. I can't see it.
can't see what.
The house. It's outside of the light radius.
Oh, do you not have sight right now?
None of our tokens have sight right now. Just from the party icon.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, it's fine. You kind of... There's nothing on the map right now anyway. So as you go inside, you would hear a floorboard upstairs creak.
I
think
will
something
immediately
moves
call
around.
the party with telepathic bond. There's something here, guys.
I don't think telepathic
We don't
bond
have
is up.
telepathic bond right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was only an hour, so it wouldn't be active right now.
Okay, but only footsteps of one person.
You think. You just heard a floorboard creak upstairs. You don't know what that means. Well, you think it means something moved around upstairs, whether it was multiple or one.
Check it out, or do I go back? I think I'll at least try to get a look upstairs.
Okay, so you are heading upstairs. I assume you're not very stealthy.
I wanna know.
Okay, because you're all armored up, right? So you're walking up these very old steps, which do have signs of passage on them. Again, without survival, it's hard to know much about what they mean. As you get to the top of the stairs, you look inside one of the rooms up there. The door is open, and you see an individual pointing a crossbow at you. He says, "Careful, I don't mean you any harm."
I put my hands up. Me neither.
He
So-
says, "You are of the Empire, aren't you? Wait, do you have any markings on you of like your religion or anything?"
Yeah, Church of Erathis.
So he would probably. Well, yeah, let me roll for that. Oh no, I guess he would not recognize the sigils. He would say, "Who are you? What's your business in this very dangerous city?"
I have heard reports of people going missing, and yeah, everything indicates to to someone in this place abducting them.
What's your passive insight?
19.
You get the feeling he has seen you before or knows of you. He would nod and say, "I am a scout. I am here with the Softspire people. We were using." He says, "We were sent to get an idea of what sort of dangers were still present in this city." And he says, "We are looking to possibly use our forces to retake the city and rebuild, to make Issyk great once again." He says, "I have no problem with you as long as you're not hostile."
Not hostile towards you at the moment, as long as you don't do anything other than you say.
Give me a persuasion. Okay, so he nods and lowers his crossbow. He says, "What are so? You are here to save people. Is that the same? Is that the truth of your group? The people who are with you? Are you all just here to try to save people?"
We have different motives, but for the most part, we can agree on that.
He nods. He says, "I didn't think there was anyone left in Issyk to save. It's been decimated for 100 years."
People have gone missing recently as well.
I see. So this is more a local quest that you all have undertaken.
Pretty much, yeah.
Give me a deception check. So he eyes you a bit curiously. Well, whatever the case may be, I think Lady Softspire would like to speak with all of you. Get a better idea of your group and possibly even employ you, as our mission here is going to need the work of skilled mercenaries.
I will pass along the invitation.
She nods and says, "Our armies are camped to the south in one of these southern farms. The fact that you're still alive in a city like this means you have some amount of skill, so yes, you should come and speak with her as soon as you can. We will be moving into the city once the rest of our forces get here, and I don't want you to be mistaken for an enemy."
How long will it take, do you think?
And he says, "I don't know. I haven't been told the timeline."
I know.
You don't think he's telling the truth on that?
I still nod, and well then, I guess we might see each other soon again. And
He
I'm gonna
says,
take my leave.
"Oh, and what was your name?"
My name is Tal.
He says, "Well met, Tal. I'm Joshua." He says,
Joshua.
"I hope we meet again in friendship." He says, "I will probably be heading out after you leave. But
See you.
we will be to the south if you wish to speak again."
Sure.
Alright, so you're going to go back to the cathedral?
Yeah.
Alright, and as you leave, you would see Joshua heading south. So you all meet back after a few hours of searching. It's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. Are you, I assume, Tal, you're going to tell them what happened?
Yeah. I met one of them. They already know about us. Even before I showed myself.
So that makes sense. They have been probably keeping watch on all the main places. Should have been more cautious here. Anyway, yeah, that's done. So what did you say?
Like, their leader wants to meet with us and maybe employ us. I don't know, not much. They will move into the city once the main army is here. So, we should expect more of them to come.
Looking for something? Or what do they want to do?
They want to reclaim the city and repopulate it. At least that's what he's saying.
Well, so
I doubt Xana's going to just leave for them.
I mean, there's plenty of other space here, apart from the keep.
oh, so you think they will keep a shadow dragon in the keep and not do anything about it?
I don't
Is
know.
that what you think? I don't know,
Why
man.
not?
You
Why
know,
can't why can't
you're
people
the,
live together in peace?
you're
Why
the
can't we
closest
all
from
just
the
get
Empire.
along?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think commoners would feel very safe living in a city that has a shadow dragon in the center of it.
Well, commoners aren't coming just yet, probably.
Yeah, probably not.
Their goal isn't it to bring in normal people after clearing it out?
After a time,
So-
yes.
Clearing it out would mean clearing out everyone. Maybe they can negotiate with the Warforged. I doubt they can negotiate with the dragon.
Again, it's not an immediate concern, I think.
Shorter, do we have a way to talk to Dime Prime without coming here?
No,
No? Okay.
unless we enter a hollow point.
So once we know how to activate the hollow point or set up the hollow point, we could talk to her directly through that, right?
Yes.
Does Schroeder not have
So-
sending?
No.
Okay, just curious.
No.
So
Our giant had sending, not I.
Oh, right, Nico. Okay.
Nico idea. Well, so I would suggest we go back to the keep and then we tell Demi Prime that we will stay in touch with her through the hollow point as soon as we can find one, and that if they ask any question, I don't know. I mean, do we want to look associated to the Warforged to this newcomer or not?
Does it matter?
What do you guys think?
Well,
Does
if
it matter,
we're
or-
if we are going to go meet with the Lady Softspire, we may as well now accept that deal about us meeting with them and them helping us with the location.
It's probably
At
too
least
late
to
for
speed
that.
things. Probably not.
In 2 hours, why would it be too late?
Didn't she already go?
We're
No,
literally in her cathedral.
Well, she's gonna send a party of diplomats, but no, she hasn't sent them yet. She's still in the planning phase.
Yeah.
Right, so
we
yeah,
can just-
that makes sense. That
Sounds
makes
like
and we
the-
may as well let her know what they say their intentions are, at least what the scout said. That way she's aware that they're trying to retake the city.
Okay.
Were you saying something more?
Sounds like they could work together on reclaiming this land.
If
Possibly
that's what the
negotiate it for them.
Warforged. Yeah, if the Warforged are seeking to do that, yes.
All right, so you want to speak with Demi Prime again?
I feel like that'd be best.
All right, so you have one of the Warforged go and get her. She would come back up into the main area and nod and ask, "What is it that you needed?"
Actually, while scouting, we were able to make contact with one of the scouts. It seems they wished to retake the city and rebuild it.
So they still had someone nearby watching us.
Indeed, to the south, I believe.
So they want to retake the city. That could be problematic, as we have no intention of giving up this cathedral or our vault.
What
Yes,
if
I assumed so. They did wish to speak with us, or at least we were offered an invitation to speak with their leader. Would you
I've
want either Nimble or one of your other diplomats to come with us on this meeting?
Uh, were you saying something more?
well, Moro would say I get the sense that they they could be negotiated with. Perhaps they don't want the vault or the cathedral. Maybe you could forge some formal alliance with them to just reclaim the area.
Give me, I guess the two of you who are talking, give me persuasion checks.
And I feel like when they approached us, it was for it sounds like the invitation was to do jobs for them to clear the area out, which
So she nods, taking what you say to heart, and says, "Well, as long as they are willing to give us this place, I would have no problem with their people. Though I know that there are other forces within Isik that would probably take issue to their reentry. And as for what you said, Schroeder, I can send some of my people with you. Nimble would probably be a good choice since you already have a bit of a relationship with him. And he
Yeah,
could.
that was my idea, that possibly someone of your group to at least show your position and what you have to offer or trade in terms of living here.
All right, it shall be so then. Nimble, you will accompany them for this. And he nods and says, "Of course, I am excited to meet these humans and find out more about this new empire." And she nods and says, "All right, it's settled then. And for you meeting up with them, we shall look for this information on the old Rune Master Tower."
Much appreciated.
And she nods and says, "Just let me know if there's any new developments, Nimble." And he nods and says, "I will, of course, speak with you after the meeting with these humans." And she nods and she'll head back down unless anyone speaks up. All right, so what do you all want to do? Nimble says, "I need to go get a few things in order before I leave, if you'll give me a moment."
Of course.
And he leaves the group for the time being. So unless anyone's going to do anything like talk or any RP, I'm going to pass some time until Nimble gets back.
I'm going to set up a telepathic bond.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up my stuff that I left at the cathedral.
Okay, so it's 4 o'clock p.m. for the time that you'd be starting the bond. You get your stuff, and time is passing. Say about 20 minutes pass, and Nimble comes back, and he says, "I'm ready to depart."
Okay.
So where is the group headed?
Are we trying to meet with them now or wait?
There's no
I mean,
real
well go
point in
now.
waiting.
Yeah, there's no point in waiting, I agree.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to head to the kind of southeast to go out of town to the farm they're in?
Yeah.
Alright, so the group leaves the cathedral. And as you come over the bridge, a group of ghosts pop out of the nearby house. They are. Well, they have sigils of the old town guard, which means You're pretty sure they are Dinara's troops. They kind of float over towards you, and one of them says, Shadowstalkers. Dinara wishes to speak to you at your earliest convenience.
Who's that?
Oh,
The
you haven't
diner-
met
Mora's
her
like,
yet.
what the? What is this?
One of my exes. We should go talk to her though.
Yeah, it's basically on the way, and she may have a different
So-
perspective on the people coming in.
This might be the first time Mora's encountered these ghosts, because she hasn't...
And Tal, I believe.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Tal, okay. Yeah, let me give you a picture then. I need another thing of coffee. Here they are. So, they are... So, well, I guess you haven't... Okay, so you guys haven't told them anything about them. So they are ghostly figures. They seem to kind of float around as they move. They definitely have a creepy look to them. Do you have any religious knowledge, Tal or Mora?
Yeah.
So religion might tell you more about them, if you want to make a check.
Wouldn't know much, considering I'm from the Shadowfell.
You might actually have a higher chance of knowing about these, because they are wraiths. Okay, yeah, so both of you would know that these are a type of wraith known as a sword wraith. Wraiths generally are kind of angry spirits that are stuck within like kind of an in-between world, who look for life force to drain. Sword wraiths are like them, but more militaristic and use weaponry instead of like necrotic energies. From what you know, they're almost always hostile. Yet these don't seem to be attacking the group and actually seem to know the group. So the wraiths would float there a moment, and one of them would say, "Can she expect you within the day?"
Yep.
You may as well head there now.
Yep. Let's go give her a talk.
Very well. If you wish to come now, then follow us. They kind of float this way. All right, so the group would follow them.
I'm just warning the group that everything we are doing right now in the open is being seen by the scouts. So everything that we are doing right now is being reported to the humans over there. Just saying.
If Lady Softspire has an issue with us talking to the previous queen of this area, then she can bite it.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but she may not know who we are talking and why we are talking to them yet. She has no idea that the previous queen is still alive.
Well,
Live
Well,
or
alive.
yeah, I was gonna say alive might
alive,
not be the best phrasing.
quote unquote.
you lot are confident working with undead?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
They have helped us. I mean, I don't know if we would have gone that far without their help. So they've been the most helpful of the denizens of Essex so far.
When we're not out in the open, we can give you the background, and you'll understand that their undead state is rather
Well, it's
usual.
so, and I'll also remind you guys because it's been like a week, but last week, which is like in game like a day or so ago, they did explain to you too about like how some of the denizens of this place became undead but retained their sanity. I don't know if you remember that.
Mhm.
So you might assume that these are like because you've already met what's his name, Chiron. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
Chiron's one, and apparently this might be another one. But yeah,
Yeah.
these undead, for whatever reason, you would assume, like, for what they had said, probably were affected differently by the ritual, which is why they retain their sanity.
Chiron's student, however, did not maintain his sanity.
Yeah, he did not.
Alright, so you
He's that
travel.
revenant. You right, Schroeder?
Oh, he's a pushover.
Mm-hmm.
So you follow them to the fountain, and they would just kind of motion that you can enter their halls through the secret passage that you
Uh,
have.
uh, before we get to the secret passage, as it's clear they are leading to us, I'm going to kind of talk to one of them. There are scouts and eyes around. Are you sure this area has been? Did your men like clear out the area of any scouts?
He says, "We have seen the scouts of the humans within this territory. They are fairly adept at keeping themselves hidden. It would not surprise us if we have been watched."
So we would give away the location of the secret passage to them by
It
opening
probably
it
already
right.
was.
Who opened it?
He says,
They did.
well, no, they didn't open it, but they
Yeah.
say they would have to be much closer to see what would be done to open the secret passage. I don't know if they can get that information from being far away. As far as we know, this area is clear, and he would kind of gesture out to here, and you would see that there are sword wraiths in the surrounding marketplace.
All right. So if he says that the area is clear, that I'm fine. Let's try to keep giving information to the scouts for free. Okay.
He nods and he says, "During the day, he says, yeah, during the day, our people are within the market, so it's unlikely they have scouts this close. It would be very dangerous for them to attempt that. But we
All
believe
right.
that they are watching us from outside of the marketplace."
All right. It's going then.
All right, so you re-enter Dinara's area, which, give me a moment to pull that because you haven't been in there in a while.
Belfa, did you break up with her or what? Like officially?
No.
Oh, okay.
What part of Valefire's relationships have been official?
More just
Oh, yeah.
feeling it out.
Just going to ask. I mean, we could find her in a desperate state if he did.
I don't think that we have to worry about that. I think she's all right.
All right, so you enter the area. Does anyone have a light source?
Would it be rude
I
of me
have
to
my
make light?
I have my
Uh,
gemstone.
Oh wait, who are you asking?
I think I'm asking the party.
No, I don't think so. I
And
think
we've had lights before with them.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast light on my shield again.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have the gemstone.
All right. So go ahead and mark yourselves for the type of light source you have. So you have the gemstone and you have your shield. All right. So yeah, the old tunnels light up once more. What do you? Or go ahead. You can move through them. Usually, I would just move you through these areas. It's just we have new people who haven't seen them. So
I'm
the
AFK right now, so you might have to move me.
you're what?
I'm AFK.
Okay. So yeah, the fountain, which is all dried up, opens up into a tunnel below. It looks like it's very old. The tunnel is dusty, and as you walk through it, there are several groups of specters who allow you passage. And as you get to Dinara's chambers, you would open the door as a mist kind of flows from it, and it looks almost like you're stepping into this mist that you can't see through. It's very odd. Are you going to enter?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I was more asking Mora because she hasn't been here before. Or Mora and Tal.
Might as well.
Alright,
I mean,
so you follow the group inside. Inside is a lovely chamber filled with flowers and actually a working fountain and a bit of a startling looking woman. Where is she? There she is. She would greet the party and say, Shadowstalkers, welcome back. It's been a while,
hey,
Balefire.
Dinara. How you been, hun?
She says, it is lonely in this place, as it always has been, but I am happy to have visitors once more. It seems you have new people with you.
Yeah, we keep finding orphans wandering around the city.
She says, well, it is good to see you alive and well. I suppose you know the reason why I summoned you here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of aggressive humans approaching the city.
She says, I haven't
Assuming.
seen them as I haven't seen them be aggressive yet, but we have seen their scouts all over. From what
What
I
if you-
know of Teruvian politics, I would assume this is a precursor to some sort of invasion.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking too. I think we chatted with one of their scouts. Oh, sorry, was it Moore or Tal that ran into the scout?
Tal.
All right. So this is Tal. He's obviously one of the guys that we didn't have last time we visited you. He bumped into one of their scouts, and it seems that they are looking to rebuild the city. So that might have an impact on you and your brethren down here.
She says, and this shadow elf, she is not a member of the Shadowlord's forces.
She hasn't shown herself to be one yet. This is Mora. Mora, this is Dinara.
She
I
says,
was perhaps I wouldn't have struck him down. Pleasure to meet you.
she nods and says, likewise. My apologies if I seemed rude. I just don't know much about the Shadow Elves, and all the ones I've seen have been allies to Malik. So I'm glad to know that there are those who are not under his thrall. In any event, so you've spoken to these scouts, and what did they tell you?
Mora, do you mind answering her?
Or Tal?
They said their goal was to re-inhabit the city, and that they're waiting for their army to come.
Yeah, re-inhabit. She chuckles a bit. Do they? Well, I suppose with their scouts around, they know of us. I'm guessing they probably see us as a threat. Do you know what family is doing this? I saw the. She says we did see some of their scouts. I saw their insignias, but I did not recognize the family crest.
The stuff I
It must be one of the newer families. Well, if they are coming here, that means trouble for us, as I don't think they're going to want to speak with undead.
or want you hanging around a city that they're trying to rebuild.
Yes.
So
Or recognize my authority as the rightful queen of this place, or at least the rightful, not queen, but governor, I guess would be my title.
yeah, we were just on our way to speak with them, see how much information we could find out. There's other groups in the city that also would not like them to re-inhabit this place as well. So
She says, "Oh,
they're trying to figure.
so you do plan to speak to them?"
Yeah, we were going to go and find out. We were hoping to keep our presence a secret, but obviously that didn't happen. So now that they know we're here, we're going to find out what we can and do what we can to help you. You and the others that like Isaac anyway. At least, that's how I feel. I don't know about these other guys, but it seems to be the direction we're heading.
I would
How
much
many?
prefer Dinara and our other allies here than these new forces.
I agree. Dynara, how strong is are your forces? Are we talking like dozens or hundreds of your people?
I'm
You are
having
very
yeah,
muffled.
I'm having problems hearing you, Calgrod. Something happened to your mic?
Yeah, it's a bit of sense my mic setup. Let me see if I can fix it.
I think
That,
you asked what her forces were. She would say,
yes,
I do have a decent number of soldiers left. Nothing like an army, but we currently have about 50. So a small force compared to what they have, but we also have undead, which are much harder to defeat.
I say telepathically, and we also have a dragon.
She says, but these soldiers might only be a first wave. I know the Empire's forces are vast. They have tried to look into retaking the city before, back when this all first happened, but they've remained quiet for most of the time. I think they felt it was too difficult back then. I'm not sure why they are returning now, what has changed. Perhaps the defeat of many of the ghouls in the Alhoun. I don't know where they're getting their information, though.
Perhaps
I
if
mean,
very few of these people survive, the Empire will continue to stay away.
She nods.
did did you not feel the force that happened when we defeated the Shadowlord?
She says, no, I didn't feel anything. She says, wait, you've defeated the Shadowlord.
Yeah, we
Yes,
kind of two of them actually. We banished them
Yeah.
back to the Shadowfell.
She says, this is wonderful news. A major enemy then has been pushed back. I did notice less movement from the Shadow Elves in the area, so I guess that might be why. Were you able to get into the vault?
telepathically, Calgrud, are we letting her in on that?
She didn't seem to have a problem with us going to look for it.
No.
I'm in
And
favor of
I
that if
don't
you want.
think she even wanted any part in it for the most part.
Yeah, so we can go ahead and tell her, I think.
Yeah.
So Belfar go ahead and said, yeah, we after we found Malik, the Shadow Lord, trying to open it, and after we took care of him, we did open it, and yeah, it was there.
She says, what was in it that they wanted so badly?
There
Most
were. What was that shorter?
Yeah, most likely he was interested in some kind of teleportation device, but as of yet we don't know how to make it function without quite a lot of shadow crystals.
Teleportation device. Strange. Teleportation, while not common, is something that most beings can do without much issue.
I think it's the location itself that is the interest, and this particular teleportation spot is the only known way of getting there.
I see. Where was he trying to, or where does this teleportation spot go to exactly?
Exactly, I am unsure, but most likely to Night Spire.
Night weather.
Or Night Weather. That one.
She says, Well, I'm curious to know more about this night weather, but I'm glad you were able to defeat the Shadow Lords, and I'm sure you have a lot to do as you must go and meet these humans, or you plan to. But I would ask that perhaps you could come and see me tonight, Balefire. It's been a while since we've spoken.
Sure.
And she nods and
That would be my
smiles
pleasure.
and says, "All right, well, good luck to you, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help."
When
I
you
would.
speak with those humans, do you want us to relay a message to them? Would you be willing to meet with them?
Yes, actually. Tell them that. What does she want to say? Uh, do I not have the name here? Shoot. Tell them that the daughter of the former governor lives, and that I keep counsel over a lot of these areas, and that I would be interested in speaking further with them. Lady, you can. I mean, I don't think you want to call me the Sword Queen. You can call me Lady Dinara.
Sure.
They might recognize the name, though I was much younger back then.
No, you still look good. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Or deception.
Or deception. Still looking good. She smiles and thanks you.
Man, that die rolled right past the 20. So close.
Alright, so what does the group want to do?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
you sound normal again.
Okay. Hi, it's back normal. Okay. So at that point, I would point out telepathically to everybody that maybe are out actually with these humans. We could be present ourselves as a representatives of the ruler of Isik, Dinara, and kind of negotiate from. Like not negotiate from, hey, you want to invade our town, but hey, we kind of have the town in hand and we represent the ruler, Queen Dinara. So what is your army doing at the door? And do you have like I mean, we can negotiate stuff for her or propose like for Lady Softspire to go come and meet Lady Dinara. That could be an angle. Because this way we kind of establish to Softspires that there is a power in the town, and that we are working with them.
That's actually really good.
Yep.
So Calgrod, you have history, right?
Yes.
You could make a history check to know something.
All right. Oh, very good.
So, thinking about your plan, you don't know if these people will recognize the validity of an undead noble. That would.
Yeah. Okay. But is her claim about being the daughter of the governor accurate? Actually.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you assume she's telling the truth, but knowing something about the lineages and knowledge of Isik, you know there was a younger member of the family who was named Dinara.
Okay.
Which you assume this is her.
Okay, so we are so the problem will be for the Empire to recognize the undead, but not for the lineage to be established.
Yeah, you think that would be the biggest problem, is convincing them that someone who is undead is not, an abomination to be destroyed. And depending on what their intentions are, they might use that as an excuse to attack.
Yeah.
Well, at least
so it'll definitely take some convincing, you think. You would have to probably meet these soft spires and see what they're like.
So that's my suggestion. People, after that, how we handle from there. But that is a position that puts us as the best even footing with these incoming people, and try to keep control of things as much as we can. Now, I'm just kind of saying that I'm not going to push that. I'm not the one to be able to speak publicly about that. So, and it's a group to decide, obviously, how we want to approach that.
So she, as you're I assume you're gonna head out.
Yeah.
So as you're leaving, she would say, "Could you put could you tell Chiron that I need to speak to him, to either send one of his representatives or use sending to talk to me?"
Sure.
She says, I'm currently stuck within this area, so if I'm going to speak to these Teruvians, I would have to figure out a way to get out, and I'm hoping Chiron could help me with that.
Sounds good. We'll be happy
You, Queen Dinara, could you grant us an escort of 4 of your warriors for that kind of embassy to the humans?
Says, yes, I
That
can.
might not be the best idea.
Yeah,
Well,
that might put them off right away.
Yeah.
We have better chance of getting in and talking to their leader if it's just us.
okay.
If they don't believe our word that we are who we say we are, then we can come back with proof. But it won't make the best first impression.
Aye, fair enough.
Alright, so you step through the misty gate here, returning to the hallway. She. No, never mind. Okay, so you head back out, I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sharing with the group that maybe putting a hollow point in our place could be a good idea too. One of the
Potentially.
spare hollow point we have. Yeah.
Alright, so are you heading south now?
Yeah.
Well, if we're about to visit everybody, should we talk to Iranye?
It's probably about 5 o'clock at the moment.
Oh yeah, okay, it's too late.
Probably not.
All
That
right.
would take quite a bit of time, and I don't even know like what his standpoint would be on all of this, because he doesn't care about the city. He just cares about his research.
Yeah, the negative energy stuff. Aye, fair
We talk
enough.
to the humans. We could also bring up the issue of the Mindstorm. Maybe focus their attention in that direction.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea too.
Yeah. We could actually use that like as a threat, like a mind flayer threat that we don't understand yet, and that that we are still trying to figure out, and to keep them out of the city. That's a good idea. Yeah. Aye.
Alright, so
So
you're.
yeah, who will speak? To be clear, there should be only 1 or 2 of us speaking to Southspire, and that's not me.
-1 persuasion here, so not me.
I'm happy to speak. I'm more in favor of speaking in defense and support of Dinara than I am for the rest of the politics of this world.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean, I'll try to stay on target here, but as long as I understand the gist of our situation, which is we're trying to, well, and right now it seems like Dinara wants to speak with them as the leader. So, I mean, we can take that route. I'm fine doing the talking.
Tal, Amora.
We should just make sure that the telepathic bond is in place.
Yeah,
When
we'll set that up like right before we meet with them.
All right. So you are heading south again?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So are you going to set the telepathic bond now or when you get there?
How far away do I think it is?
So it's probably, from what you remember of this city, because it does look like you've been south, it's probably going to be about half hour to 45 minutes to walk down there. Then you still have to go look for the, where the queen is. Or, sorry, where the soft spire forces are.
Once I think we're like a good 5-10 minutes out, I'll probably set it up. That way I know we have enough time for it.
Alright. Highest passive perception is 19. Right?
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Tal, by the way, before we go there, do you have attunement slot left? Would having like Eye of the Eagle help you?
What does it do?
It gives advantage to perception check, and
Yeah, sure.
aye. So I'm Balfire. Are you okay if I hand him the Eye of the Eagle?
Yeah, I thought you and I traded permanently for them,
Yeah, we did. Aye.
so they're
So
yours.
Tal, here you go. So I kind of get this kind of strange owl-like goggles out of my bag and hand them to Tal. Whenever you have the chance to attune to them, you'll need the attunement. That's why I can't carry them.
Alright, so Tal, you gain the Eyes of the Eagle, and Calgrod, you would lose those from your sheet.
Yep.
Alright.
Thank you.
So, as you're heading south, something seems strange to you, Tal. You see movement coming from several of the abandoned houses up ahead. So, you are not taken by surprise when some creatures emerge.
They immediately communicate that to the telepathic bond, so no one is surprised. Hopefully.
So you would see several things. They look like people, but when they get closer, something seems off about them. And actually, I think you recognize these beings. Yeah, it looks like they're approaching from several angles around the party. One of them steps forward and says, "It looks like we may have found more prey," and smiles. I think you encountered these in the lair of the ghoul, right?
Yeah, we've fought a couple of them before.
Oh, slow down. We're not the ones you want. You want our big brother. Let me go get him. He's way tastier than we are.
I'll hang on a sec before that. Let me set what this looks like.
I really want to lure the incoming humans into this batch of vampires for them. That would just be awesome.
So unfortunately, these vampires don't seem like they want to talk, although you might be able to convince them to. But for now, I'm going to place you on the map here. As you are coming around this wall, you can put yourselves in any positioning you want, and then I'll place the enemies. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are coming out of the houses up ahead of you. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls. Oh, and make sure your tokens are marked for your weaponry and everything. So it doesn't look like any of the vampires have weapons drawn, though you do see that they have leather armor and looks like rapiers sheathed at their side. The first to act, as these approach and that one speaks, is Balefire. What do you want to do?
So I will move slightly away from my companions, be like, hey, we're only 6, but we're off to go talk to a whole bunch more people that we'd be happy to lure here for you. So why take the 6 of us when we can bring you more?
Give me a persuasion check. Is that your action to try to persuade them?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a persuasion. 19. Alright, Calgrod, what are you going to do?
I am going to cast a sanctuary on myself, and I am going to say, yeah, we are speaking for the undead of Isaac, and we are in a diplomatic mission for the army that is camping outside. My friend is right. We are not the right human for you to eat.
Give me a persuasion check. Unless you're going to use your action for something else. Okay.
No, I use my action for that. I cast this spell.
So this one steps forward. 10. He says, while you might be telling the truth, I thirst for your lifeblood, and a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. And he's going to charge up to Balefire, drawing his weapon. And he will... he's gonna unarmed strike you, attempt to grab you. Yeah, he's gonna use an armed strike. He says, "Embrace me." So, 20 versus AC.
I think my AC is actually 19 at the moment because I don't have my weapons out, but I will cast Shield.
Alright, so as he goes to grab you, you quickly throw your hand up, chanting, knocking his attempt back as he hisses, seemingly annoyed that he was not able to grab you and drink your blood. His second attack, he will say, "Fine," as he draws his rapier and says, "Then you will die." Stabbing at you, but again, your shield keeps him back as he continues to hiss. Schroeder. And they all kind of hiss now.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ready a spell for all 5 of them to be within 30 feet of me.
Alright. So when they're all within 30 feet, you're going to cast the spell. So go ahead and mark your... Well, I know what you're going to cast, but I assume you're going to cast that spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so mark yourself as concentrating, as you are risking them
Not that one.
not all getting in range this turn, which will lose you the spell if they don't. But it looks like they're going to charge you. So that's it for you. Something strange happens after that. You see, almost as if from nowhere, another vampire appears. Kind of towards the back. This is what he looks like.
There's more than 5. I thought there was only 5. So
There are
for
6,
5 of
and
them
now
to,
there's
yeah, so
7 with this one.
for 5 of them to be within range. I thought there was only 5, so I said all.
Oh, so if that was what you... Well, I don't think it's happened yet.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, this one would appear here and sort of hiss at you, but he does not do anything this turn for whatever reason. Sorry, Schroeder was there. So that is it for Schroeder and this new one. Another blood drinker over here is going to rush at Tau and attempt to grab you. But it kind of stumbles as it comes at you, and you easily knock it back with your shield. It is going to attempt to grab you a second time. Oh, 22 may have gotten you, though.
Still misses.
Oh, really?
19 plate armor plus 1 plus 3 shield and ring of protection, which makes it 23.
Okay. So yeah, you would knock him back. Mora.
What has this guy got? Has he got a weapon?
He isn't currently holding anything. He's just kind of standing there.
Menacingly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try and move. What's over here? Is that like a building?
It's a wall.
How high?
Probably about 10 feet.
Right. I will nonetheless try to move over. Yeah.
Okay. Strangely, he does not take an opportunity attack on you.
His loss. As I kind of move past him, I'll whip around with my shadowy bow, and I'll loose an arrow at him. He looks dangerous.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So you run past, quickly turning to fire an arrow. Go ahead. 19 would strike, though strangely as the arrow hits him, he would vanish.
I will. Can I still apply my things on hit?
Yes. Do you have Arcana knowledge?
I have. I'm a
Give me,
bard.
give me a Arcana check. You think that was an illusion, judging by how
right.
he just kind of poofed when the arrow hit him. He became kind of, yeah. Although I guess he would just become insubstantial. So yeah, you would know that is probably an illusion.
Okay. Not gonna apply anything then, and I'll shoot this guy
Okay,
with
so
a second shot.
turn to that guy. Crit. So
I'm going to just apply everything to that.
As you
take
should.
him out.
So as he's running at Balefire, you land a shot on him.
And then I'll just do everything. So I'll just roll everything twice because it's a crit.
What are you applying?
Eldritch Smite and Psychic Blades.
Okay.
Ouch.
So 16, 39, 47, 57, 64, 94, 80. All right, so he is struck while you are hit for 80 points of damage.
And knocked prone, if he's not dead.
He's not dead. He looks badly wounded or near death. Now, the knocked prone, there's no save on that?
No, it's Eldritch Smite. Just I can choose to knock him prone if he's huge or smaller.
Okay.
So I choose to knock him prone.
Could you link Eldritch Smite, just because I haven't seen it for a while?
Don't think I... Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Spell slot, okay. Got it. Alright, so you used one of your warlock spells,
Yep,
I
I
assume.
used my 3rd level warlock slot for that.
Okay. So yeah, he is caught by surprise and knocked off his feet. Falling prone and looking very wounded, but still up. Anything else?
I will curse because I'm amazed that he's not dead after that amazing shot.
Yeah, he definitely is leaking a lot of black ichor from his
Curse
chest.
vampires and move a bit more, and that's my turn there.
Okay, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is like 14.
Okay, that's it for you. So this guy back here is gonna rush forward 20, 25, 30. Is that trigger your thing? I don't think there's.
He's not within 30.
Oh, he's 35. All right, he will then take a dash action to rush up to here. And I think that's still 4 of them, so I think it doesn't set off
Yeah, it's
yet.
only 4.
However, now this one, who's following after him, as he gets here, I believe will trigger your spell.
Yes. Hiya.
So you release your spell, Steel Wind Strike, as you suddenly start teleporting around. And how much is the saving throw on this?
18.
18. All right. Is that con or?
It
Here,
is.
I'll just do the
Here, I'll just.
description.
Yeah.
All right. So.
I think it's just a spell.
Oh,
attack.
it's a melee attack. Okay.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
attack.
Go ahead. Start with this guy. Make an attack.
I'll just use Eldritch Blast then. Yeah. 21.
Yeah. 21 will strike him. So
The first one was 23.
23. Okay. As he is suddenly struck out of nowhere by your steel wind. Second attack
Will
on
be.
this guy.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
go counterclockwise. Yeah, 22 would strike. Go ahead and give me another damage roll.
Hiya.
Alright, so that one takes 28. Third one here.
Hiya.
27 will strike, yep. 42, wow. None of them look wounded yet. This guy, who is probably dead,
Hiya.
24 will hit.
Hiya.
Yeah, so as he's knocked down by the arrow, he hisses and suddenly, like, Schroeder just appears. And what type of attack is it? Just force?
Yeah,
so
it's force
Schroeder would
damage.
kind of appear next to him and he'd be blasted and just explode, sending, like, black ichor everywhere. And last guy...
Hiya.
Oh, he dodges out of the way. Alright, so that is the end of your spell. It's expended.
I will be teleporting here.
Afterwards, how are you teleporting? Oh, because at the end of it, you can choose to be next to one of them, right? Okay.
Yep.
Anything else?
That will be it, and I'm no longer concentrating.
All right. So this one up here, comes rushing down, seeing that the fight is in full swing, and he's going to lunge at poor Deja. He is going to draw his weapon because he doesn't think he's going to drink a spider's blood.
He doesn't want spider blood. Yeah, she has disadvantage because she's dodging. I didn't give her any orders this turn.
Okay. So, first attack would miss her.
Yep. I don't know. That's a miss.
So, is she dodging her? Oh, because she goes on your initiative, right?
Yeah, she goes on my initiative, and I didn't give any order, so by default, she's
Yeah, and you
dodging.
went already. All right.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because you went on 19. Okay, so she would dodge out of the way. Haha. He curses. Stupid spider. That guy is dead. Tal, what are you going to do?
Gonna step in the middle of them and cast Spirit Guardians at 5th.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a blender.
No damage yet, but
Yeah. All right, so you step forward, chanting, as looks like radiant spirits just start swarming around you. Boom. Could you link the spell, please?
1 second. Here. Yeah, I just expanded the spell slot before. That was my last 5th one.
I mean,
why did they link it?
the description.
Damn it.
Here, I'll
Yeah,
just do that.
sorry.
All right, so go ahead and give yourself an aura as these spirits swarm around you. That's the end of the round. Balefire.
All right, so I'll pull out my rapier and my whip.
Yeah.
So that's gonna put my AC to 20, and
and you have the feat that lets you pull out multiple weapons.
yep,
Okay.
that's right. And I think we're probably gonna do okay here. So I'll go ahead and bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Move here, and then green flame blade that.
All right, so you lunge at him with a green flame blade and the flank. This guy is going to take an Oppie on you, though.
I disengage.
And, yeah.
Oh, right, because you got your rogue thing. Oh, that is a crit.
So let's click on that button. And
Ouch.
So,
Oops.
wait. All right, so you did. That's just a bunch of numbers. Let me try to parse through what they mean. This is why I'm stupid beyond 20. All right. 8 and 8. I think that's the crit for your sword. And 11 and 12 is the crit for your sneak attack.
Yep.
What's
it
19 and 20?
I totaled it for you, right?
Yeah, I think
It totaled it very weird.
Yeah, like it. I don't know. Like, is that the total?
8 plus 8 is not 19.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
No.
at.
It is the total, but it should have been 16 and 23.
Yeah.
Okay, so it kind of moved numbers around. I see.
Yeah, it just
so
moved the numbers around for some reason.
So 39, and then 10 fire, and so 39, 49.
Do I need to roll that green flame blade again then? Because that first 10 is for the.
Yeah, give me 2 more d8.
All right.
So 49 plus 2d8.
Turn window.
Yeah, I don't know why it did it like that. That was really weird. Oh, good roll.
64.
64. I got.
If you said it was 49 before, then yeah.
Okay. So 64 would take him down. As
Ouch.
he is burned in a really nasty stab from behind. Anything else?
I try to tell you guys. Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
that's two of you guys that we hit with the 1-2 combo.
Yep, I'm
All
done.
right, that's it for you, Calgrod.
So I'm kind of yelling, "Fools! You are fighting friends of Butcher and the vanquisher of a Shadowlord. Who do you think you are?" And trying to intimidate them at that point. And I'm going to approach Schroeder. So does doing the intimidation take my action or not?
If you want to use your action for intimidate, I'll give you a roll. Otherwise, you can just say you kind of yelled that secondhand as you did something else.
And also I'm trying to intimidate them. Seriously.
All right, so go ahead and give me
Uh,
intimidate.
I I am going to use one of my inspiration to that effect.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So you make a pretty intimidating yell at them, especially after two of their people went down. All right. Anything else?
Well, that's it.
So the blood drinker goes. He is dead. Schroeder, what are you gonna do?
Hmm. Yeah, there's only 4 of them. I don't need to burn another 5th level slot. I'm just going to firebolt one of them. Which one looks the most hurt? Probably this
None
guy.
of them look hurt yet. None of them are wounded yet, so they would all
Yeah,
just.
none of them are wounded.
You know
I'll
that
probably hit
one's
this
taken
guy.
damage. Okay, so you're gonna fire at that guy.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so you chant. Oh, that's another crit. Roll 20's on your side today.
And yeah.
So
And really good rolls too.
6 is 37. Okay. He is wounded by that shot and actually put near death. Anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. So the blood drinker starts his turn in the aura, having to make a save. Is it wisdom or con?
It's
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. But he, I believe, made it.
Barely, yeah.
Give me a damage roll.
He did right before your save.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he takes 11 radiant as he is slightly singed by your aura. And he is going to... he was kind of listening to Calgrod's intimidating thing, but he also just got burned. So... think he's gonna flee, as they've already lost 2. So he's gonna disengage, kind of hissing, moving this way, and then continue around the building. You shall pay. The vampires will destroy you. Mora.
Okay. So. This guy looks pretty dead, right? The one in the aura.
Yeah, he's pretty beat up at this point.
Okay.
This encounter did not go their way. It's like 3 crits and they didn't roll anything
That's
very
fine.
high.
I think he's hurt enough, so I'll go for armor pink isn't working. I'll go for this guy over here.
Yeah, it looks like you're on ruler. That might have been why.
Yeah, I changed it around, so I'll just take my.
Oh!
I mean, I can't not. So
You guys are hacking. Are you hacking? Was that 4 crits now? All right, sure. You're just gonna put everything into it.
yeah, I mean, I have to at this point, right?
These
Making it
these
precious.
vampires
like
really have
Legolas
made it
versus
for
the orcs. Mora's
it
like
is.
surfing on her shield down the stairs, firing arrows at all of them.
The rolls are not very good though, so this one's lucky.
Let's see. 11, 25, 37. What's the Psychic Blades one?
It's Whisper's
46.
Bard. 3d6. Because I'm level 5 Bard.
Okay. Now, those don't require like a bonus action or anything, do they? Those two types?
No, they just used on attack, but Psychic Blade is once per turn.
Okay. Alright.
And so how's he looking?
He's looking pretty beat up.
Okay.
Sorry, 11, 25, 37, 40. 37 and 9 is 46, 56, 60 points. Yeah, definitely wounded from that. Not near death yet.
All right. They're running away, so I'll do something to stop them from running away. I'll bonus action cast Branding Smite.
Okay. So you begin concentrating on Branding Smite.
Yeah.
Now that would be for your next attack, right?
Yeah, for this
Okay.
attack. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you
I'll shoot him
are
again.
concentrating. 23 is going to strike. So 12 and the 6 points.
He can't go invisible, and he lights up.
Alright, so he takes 9, 12 and 6 is 18. Definitely near death now.
Right.
And yeah, so he takes the radiant and has dim light. Okay. Okay, so the blood drinker goes next. He has to make a wisdom save.
I don't think it will matter. Oh, it definitely doesn't.
Yeah, he is incinerated by radiant energy. That is it for him. This one up here is seeing all his guys go down. He's like, and he's gonna retreat, giving Deja an Oppie.
Isn't it the other one first?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
This one that just got shot. He sees, yeah, 3 of his guys have gone down. His guys are retreating, so he is going to attempt to retreat as well. He just runs 30 feet, then runs another 30 feet towards a side street back here. This guy here, yep, is going to fall back. Deja gets an Oppie if she wants to spend a reaction.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. She is going to try to maul him.
15 would miss him.
Right.
He's going to... I think that's the first time someone's been missed. Oh no, the Steel Wind Strike missed as well. So he runs
Yeah,
here.
one of the attacks.
And he's going to keep falling back. Tal.
Checking distances. Okay. I cannot get them all. Yeah, I get this one, so I'll move. Wait, so I can. Oh no, I was here, right? So I can move 30 feet here, and then he's within 60 feet. So I'll move there.
Okay. So you start
And
chasing
cast-
that one.
Said he, and cast command on that one to approach.
Good. Make command.
Or is the other one within 60 feet as well? Yeah, then I'm gonna cast command at second level to approach.
Alright, so you spend a second level slot and they get wisdom saves, right?
Hold on, you can't target both of them.
Why not? Second
The
level.
very last line. The creatures must be within 30 feet of each other when you target them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would have to be close to each other. So you could only
Okay,
target
then
one or
only
the other.
one. Yeah, the right one.
Alright, so you spend the first level slot yelling a command as your command is laced with psychic energy. Let's see, wisdom save. Okay,
Ouch.
anything else?
No.
Balefire.
Yep. So we'll go after this guy then. Come here. Actually, move around to this side of him, and go ahead and green flame blade him.
Alright, so you rush up to him, moving around and slash at him.
Crit.
Close.
No, 13 is definitely not a crit, and he would dodge that.
All right. Then with my offhand, I will try to hit him with the whip.
Alright, you go to whip him. Whip it good. Yeah, 17 will hit.
All right.
By sticking some new stuff here.
Alright, so you take 7 damage, seemingly not very affected by your whip. Anything else? I assume your whip isn't magical.
That's correct. It is not yet
Yeah.
magical. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, Calgrod.
So,
So you see a
do
guy.
I know any?
You see this
Do I
guy
know
back
anything
here.
about? Do I know anything about vampire and stake? Is that a knowledge check? Or...
That would be religion. If you want, you can use a bonus action to make a religion check, just in general about vampires. See what you know. With a 10, you probably don't know much about vampires.
Alright, so I am going to do a perception check actually to see if I can see anything around or hear anything.
Okay.
Uh,
So as your action, you do an active perception. You do actually hear movement in this building here.
Alright, there's something inside the building, guys. That's probably the illusory caster. So I will stay next to Schroeder, and I ask Deja to kind of cover his other flank over there. Stepping on one of the vampire. He's there, 8 legs. Pooch, pooch, pooch.
Okay.
That's it.
Schroeder, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move here and finish off this guy over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, 25 will strike. So as he's turning around to follow the command and walking back this way, he is burned. And goes down.
And then I'll start moving back towards the center.
Okay. The blood drinker here is going to hiss at Balefire and attempt to, let's say, grab you again. But you would knock him back, and he will do it a second time. Also, you will knock him back. Mora.
Okay. Seems like the other ones are getting handled, so I will try to get an angle on the one running away
Okay.
and take my shots at him.
Alright, the first shot flies past and hits the building here. Oh, second shot does as well. Alright, so those two would miss.
I guess this one is getting away.
These natural 20s are coming around. Like, damn it. Tree's in the way. Alright, anything else for you, Mora?
No, that's fine.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
I think the guy next to Balefire, I don't think Balefire could have actually attacked with his whip because I used Green Flame Blade with my rapier attack.
Oh.
I can't my bonus
Yeah.
action for that offhand.
All right, so
Sorry
I'll bring
about
back the
that.
7. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy is dead. The guy down the road is dead. This guy over here is jetting. As those arrows fly past him, he continues running down the street. Double moving. Tal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move 60 feet over there and look threatening at him.
Okay. Balefire.
Yeah. We're. Ooh, I like the flank. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna green flame blade him again.
All right. So your
see.
sword burns as you stab at him.
Come on, big money. Big enough money.
23, yeah, that's going to strike as he sees Tal coming in. You use the distraction to hit him for 9, 13, and green flame blade.
Oh, right. Yep.
So 2 more d8s.
Yep. Nope. Why did it roll 4? Oh, I know why I rolled 4. Because of the other ones. Yeah, 6.
Alright, so he takes 28 and now looks wounded. Ah. Damn you.
Tried to warn you.
Actually, he is near death. Okay, that's it for you, Calgrod.
Calvard is going to send Dija, Dija down here, 10 feet, 30, 20, 30 feet over there. And he's going to move here, 20, 35. Do I see or any door or any kind of entrance to that place?
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception would be 16. No, 18, sorry.
18. So yeah, as you move around the side of the building, you would see one hiding in here.
Okay.
He sees you and actually might do something he was kind of readying. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you see, it looks like he is holding a spell, and when he sees you, he would cast it.
Okay. That's an attack spell.
Oh, it's whispering again. Darn it.
I still have my sanctuary on.
Can he not target you at Sanctuary with a spell?
So it depends on the spell. If it's area of effect, I'm not the target, so that works. But if it's a spell the target, yes, he has to make a DC 14.
Yeah. So you have to make a Wisdom save. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe he does not target you. Let's see. Nope, he does not target you and continues holding the spell.
I don't think he can continue holding.
Well, onto his turn. If he doesn't target someone by his turn, he loses it.
So the way Sanctuary reads is you must choose a different target, and if you can't, then you lose your attack.
Let me see Sanctuary.
Yeah, let me send it here. There you go.
Okay. I see. All right. So yeah, he would be unable to target you and would lose the spell. So that is it for. Well, no, it's still Calgrod's turn.
Yeah. So it's like a ruin, or is that like a standing house, or what? Because I see only the.
It's sort of a ruined house. The window is kind of broken out. It looks like it's very old, and he's kind of hiding in the room there. And like, yeah, when he saw you noticed him, he would try to cast a spell, but it would fail.
Okay, so I would sacred flame him.
Okay, so your sanctuary goes away as you sacred flame.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so he gets to make a dex save, I believe.
Mhm.
17 will make it, so he
Yeah.
dodges out of the way. As you send holy fire into the room, he kind of jumps to the side as you miss him. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Schroeder.
I'm guessing I heard that.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah, I mean, you heard
well,
chanting over here.
one in
Yeah.
there.
Then
I
I
already.
will Misty Step towards Calgrod,
All right,
and that'll get me
so you poof
here.
north, suddenly stepping into mists as a
And from
bonus.
here, can I see where the window is?
Yeah, he has some cover from you. You would have to move forward more, but you can kind of see him.
No, I know I would have to move forward. I'm just trying to gauge where I would have to move.
You kind of see him right here inside the building. So you
Okay, so if
probably,
I'm
to clearly see him, you
like
probably
right
have to get about
here, I
here.
could get like right there.
Yeah.
Alright, then I would get right there, and it is one of the blood drinkers.
Yes, it is. Let's see. It's not a blood drinker, actually. It's the other one, the mind drinker.
Ah, then yes, I will firebolt him since I can't use another normal spell this turn.
Okay. So you chant summoning some more fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not good.
but you actually will. Well, actually, you might hit him. He does not have a good AC. Nor does he have shield. Okay, no, you would strike him with that.
Die trash.
So he is burned for 15. Anything else?
Let's see. What was that movement? That was here, 20 feet. I'll move another 10 feet back.
Alright, the Blood Drinker is going to attack Tal.
It's gonna make a wisdom saving throw first.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would fail it, taking 17 radiant. And yeah, he's going to go for Tal. Tal, he'll do his multi-attack. He's just going to use his rapier at this point. Luckily, your shield keeps him at bay, and he is unable to hit you. Mora.
Right. Well, seeing that there's someone in the house. There's no windows on this side, right?
None that go into the room he's in. You don't see the one they're attacking. Like you'd see them casting spells and doing stuff over here, but you don't see what they're hitting.
Is there like, what do I see a door to another room? Through a window?
So through the window here, you would see a door inside the kind of old ruined area. So you could probably go in from over here.
Okay, so what I will do is I'll use my. Do I think I can get? I can't really get far enough anyway. Whatever. I'm just going to go shoot him through the window.
Okay, so you move up to here, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so from there you would see him now as he's being attacked by your two friends and is not hiding. Yeah, so the first shot you send through would strike. So he struck for 10 piercing, using either of your spell or your other thing. Okay, so he takes 10 points of damage.
Second one misses, I assume?
Yes, the second one would miss. He also... Wait, is he wounded now? He is not wounded yet. And yeah, the second shot would miss.
I'm gonna currently have my bone in one hand and get a shield out into the other hand, and then my turn.
I think using a shield is an action.
I got
To
taking out of the shield is an action.
donning a shield is an action to like strap it on. I know normally weapons can be drawn as item interactions, but shields do take actions to ready. It's under donning and doffing armor.
Don't do that.
But yeah, you can. I mean, you have your bow out already, but yeah, you did fire at him, so you couldn't bring out the shield this turn. I guess you could put it in your hand; it just wouldn't be like secured, so it wouldn't actually
There's no,
help you.
no point doing that.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for you.
Yep.
The blood drinker vampire is gonna run down the street, and he's just gonna get away at this point. Tal, you go.
I'm gonna put out my weapon and booming mace him. Probably miss.
He dodges the first one as you come at him from behind with a 13.
Only one. But Bellfire has this, so I'll just dash away over here.
Okay. He is going to oppie you as you leave.
Yeah, sure.
Rapier attack. Oh, natural one. Nope, he completely misses that. Balefire.
Yeah, we know what's gonna happen. It's a green flame blade.
Alright, so you green flame blade him. Yeah, 19 will strike as he's attacking Tal. You come in from behind, and he goes down.
Alright.
Alright, so that is it for Balefire. Calgrod.
I'll move. I'm gonna go ahead and move though.
Okay.
Sorry. So I can go 45. Oh, I didn't start blade singing, so I'm here. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Alright, Calgrod.
Is there any exit from here? If he wants to exit the ruins coming.
So he could go through a door here. There's also a door at the back of the room. There's a window over here, too.
So I'll move over there by the window. Do I see anything new from here? Or do I see him through that window?
Yeah, no, you would see him through the window there.
Yeah, so I'll call Dija to my side to block the window, and I am going to cast another radiant damage, another secret flame.
Okay. So he is going to make a dexterity save. Oh, natural 1. He is burned for 14. He is looking actually very wounded from that. Okay, anything else?
Nope, Dija dodge because she has no other order, and that's it.
Alright, so he is going to try to cast a spell at this point. You see him begin to chant.
Counterspell.
Alright, so you spend your reaction stopping his cast. He curses at you. Schroeder, it's your turn.
Die trash. That sucks.
Alright, so you just set like the room on fire. Shooting everywhere but where he is. That's it for you, right?
Double one.
Yep.
I know, right?
Mora.
It's catching up with us.
Yeah, it's coming around. Unfortunately, they're already pretty beat up. Mora, what are you going to do?
Oh,
Are you muted, Mora?
Yeah, just shoot him twice.
All right, so you move over, taking aim, shooting him for 11. Then the second arrow would be another 7, which would be enough to bring him down. All right, so at this point, all the vampires that you can see have been defeated. What does the group want to do?
Let's
Well,
talk about how
Uh,
stupid those guys were.
about how far do we think we are currently from the encampment?
So you still have to leave the city, probably about 20 to 30 minutes.
Aye.
I will go in and search the body of the one we killed inside. See if there is any kind of markings or anything that would be significant or interesting.
Yeah, so you go check out the odd looking vampire. He has a couple of things that might be interesting to you. There's a component pouch that also has some arcane components, 40 gold pieces to be exact, 40 gold worth.
Hey.
And he has what looks like a small spell book.
I'm sending that to Schroeder for the patch, and I assume the spell book is, yeah, I mean, at that point, kind of pointing that out. Hey,
Balefire
Yeah,
looks
folks,
I'll,
like it.
spell book,
yeah, we
but
definitely want to know what spells he
Yeah,
has.
did.
more, yeah, yeah. So, so whatever you guys handle that. What kind of is he like an old resident of Isaac from his clothes, or is he looking like somebody that has more like recent clothes that are fresher as a
Uh,
vampire?
so give me a history check.
Oh, I mean,
It's hard to say. Their clothes look a little strange to you, but you can't really remember where you've seen the style. It
okay.
does look modern-ish, but just a little bit, not necessarily like today's modern-ish.
I will ask anybody. Hey guys, take a look at the clothes style. Maybe you will recognize the
Yeah,
clothes. They don't seem to be a resident of Isaac. I wonder where they come from.
I will assist with history.
History.
All right, so thinking back to some of the books you read, because you haven't had direct experience with the Teruvian Empire, this does seem like clothing that maybe came from about 100-ish years ago, like around the time the Cataclysm happened. So
Mm,
these might be old residents of Issac.
not anymore.
Yes, now they seem to be vampires.
Dead vampires.
So
So
we're not dealing
And
with a new faction, or I mean, there's vampires, but they are not. They are just like the ghouls, just like more advanced. Okay.
well, this is the first time you've seen vampires in the city. You did encounter them briefly in the tunnels below, but you've never seen them up here before.
Well, we've seen Butcher, right?
True, you have seen Butcher.
Yeah, Butcher.
You
So
might,
he is.
yeah, and Butcher, you remember, said he was created by Malik. So you wonder if these were also created by Malik at some point.
Ah, okay.
But it's hard to say exactly where they came from.
what spells are in that spell book?
In that spell book. Oh, you know what? I misspoke. Sorry, there's no spell book. I just realized that even though he does intelligence, it's innate casting. So he does not have a
Oh,
spell book. I'm a liar. It
So
suddenly vanishes. What the?
disappointing.
What the? That
it
was that
it
was
burned
weird.
to cinders with its master.
Yeah, as you go to take it, it laughs at you and poofs up in flame. Like, well, that's rude. No, he just doesn't have one. So what do you all want
I
to do?
let's head south. Let's go meet this soft fire lady.
All right. So you hope the fact that one of them got away doesn't come back to haunt you.
Oh, it will.
Heading south, you see it like it looks like there's the remnants of the wall, and beyond that there is an open field. In the distance, you would see the ranks of several hundred soldiers. They're not standing at ready or anything, but they seem to be moving around within the farmland. They've set up like looks like a makeshift base down there.
Alright.
All right, we ready to go do this?
We'll reset up the bond and let's go talk to him.
All right. Why don't we take a quick break before that? And I just realized it's 1:21, so I'm gonna have to reschedule that appointment. All right. Yeah, let's take a quick break, then we'll continue.
So question to the group as we're about to talk to a Softspire lady. We can mention Queen Dinara, but we don't necessarily have to mention her state, right?
Correct. We should also avoid mentioning that we're allies with the dragon.
Yes, I don't think we should talk about the dragon at all. Balfire? Oh, Balfire is not there anymore. So, while we are here, so Tal and Mora, you're here. Can you hear us? No. Okay, everybody's gone. It's fine. So, Schroeder, what about you? A question. Have you read the 1D&D rules?
Oh, 1 D&D? No, I haven't had the
play
time
first rule?
to read through them yet.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to know what you were thinking about this as a critical stuff, but if you haven't read it,
I mean, no, only from what I've heard from you guys, but it
Mhm.
is interesting, and I do honestly agree that like extra damage from certain things shouldn't critical,
Mhm.
because in my mind, like when you roll a critical, it's simply you find a weak spot, so the weapon you're using finds a better spot to hit, but whatever effect you're using for extra damage wouldn't necessarily have any more effect.
Okay. So you like that aspect of it? What about the critical for monsters? The fact that there is none
That most,
anymore.
like, unless they have actual player levels or anything like that, they don't. I do agree that most monsters, or at least the very low CR ones, shouldn't necessarily crit because their main advantage is numbers.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, okay, interesting. So you're so it seems like from what I seen that the critical thing for monsters is absolutely like driven by low level survivability for like level 1 or 2. Because
Yeah.
effectively a crit at a low level can be deadly.
The thing
So
is, there's a
you,
much better solution for that. You just make
yeah,
the low CR monsters not have a damage dice at all. They just do flat 1 or 2 damage. And then you
that's a
can
good point.
throw a
Yes.
ton of them, and they will, crits won't matter. Crit just means it hits. And it will actually be even, viable later on because, well, they still do low damage. You can throw a ton of them in.
Yeah, that is actually a very good idea. So, and that would match like the first level player character because you would say if the monsters are only 1 hit dice or less, they, they just roll they don't roll their damage. Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea
flat
actually.
damage for low CR things is a very good solution, honestly, and they should have thought of that, but
Mm-hmm.
this isn't exactly the worst idea for changes.
What they
Yeah,
said
no.
is that monsters have the recharge mechanic in place of
Well,
criticals, and that would be
well,
fine if more
yes.
monsters had it.
Yes, and that's exactly what I think we are going to see with the 1DD playtest, because right now it's only the races, so I believe that's probably where they are going. And actually, I would totally see like a natural 20 automatically recharge these recharge powers. So if I agree with you, I mean, if more monsters add the recharge power even at lower level, and then the lower level monsters only did like non-dice damage, like just straight damage, then yeah, that's actually that would be a nifty compromise with where they are
And
right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I
as
was
for
just agreeing.
the player crits, it's whatever, but a lot of abilities need to be rebalanced around that.
Yes, of course.
All
Yeah.
right. What's sorry about that. I just called the vet to let them know we couldn't make it.
I
So are we ready to go?
Yeah. So, Balefire, you're back? Yeah, just when we talk to Lady Softspire, let's try to keep the nature of Dinara. I mean, only if she pushes should we. Let's see if we can kind of pull it out without mentioning what Dinara or Queen Dinara is.
All right. So you have your mind link. You would cast it at like 5:30 ish as you approach. Did you use a spell or did you take 10 minutes as a ritual?
Ritual.
Okay. So yeah, you take a little time there. Uh, as you're coming out through the field, you would hear some yells from the camp because you're not trying to stealth in or anything, I assume.
We were given an invitation.
Yeah. So they definitely are watching you as you approach. They have crossbows out. One of them says, "Who goes there?"
We are the Shadowstalkers of Isik. We are here to speak with Lady, what is it, Shadowspire? I can't remember
Soft
her name.
spire.
Softs.
Softspire.
Shadowspire.
So you say that one of them talks to another one for a moment. He nods and says, "All right, approach." And they put their crossbows down.
Right?
So you come up into the camp. A bunch of the soldiers there are definitely giving the party some strange looks as you all look very, different. I think Tal's the only human. Or wait, no, Calgrad is also human.
All right.
They would lead you to the barn where you would see a couple of figures, one of which approaches smiling. She says, Shadowstalkers, welcome. I didn't know what your names were. I am, or I didn't know your groups had a name. I am Lady Softspire. Hang on, let me give you a picture of her. Arilla Softspire, part of the Softspire family.
Hello, my lady.
And she looks like this.
Hello.
Yeah, she gives you all a polite smile and says, "You are some sort of mercenary group. I've been told a bit about your movements from my scouts, but it's good to meet you in person. What
Well
are
met.
what are your names?"
I am Balefire. And this here on my right is Calgrad. I'll point to Schroeder and let people introduce themselves, and I'll indicate each one of them.
Schroeder Demis, milady.
Schroeder, well met. Balefire. You would see two individuals standing next to her. One of them looks like a half elf, somewhat armored, with a couple of weapons on him. He just kind of stoically stands and keeps watch. Another is actually a tiefling, who also kind of regards the party. He does have some symbols on him. Give me a history check. Whoever has history, who wants to make the check. So Tal and Calgrod, you would recognize these symbols as symbols of the Crimson Blade, or sorry, Crimson Dagger, the Mage
Is
Hunters.
that the Mage Hunters, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Passing
we would have
passing the
recognized that from what was his name?
I don't know
One
if
of
he
our
wore
previous
his
compatriots.
Yeah, I don't know if he wore his symbols out, but
Oh.
I'll say if you may not remember it with the 13 if you did see his symbols. She says these are my associates Doulagal and Malistray, and they both kind of nod to you.
I'll pass a mental message to everybody. Crimson Dagger, Mage Hunters, beware.
So do you all introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Wouldn't know. So Balefire still would. I don't think he cares.
Okay. So I'm guessing if no one says anything, I'll just assume you all do. So
I already did.
yeah. So she would nod as each of you identifies yourself, and she would say, "So, what brings you to Issac exactly? From what I've told, you came here to save some people. I imagine that went well."
Some people were saved, some people were lost. That's the way the trade works. As it is, we're actually here curious about your presence in the city.
She says, "Well, we received word that Blackwater's expedition went well, and that many of the undead within the city had been taken, either destroyed or scattered. Due to this, the council had appointed several families to look into the city and the basically clearing out of the remaining undead to make it into the city of trade that it once was. We are here to assist in the effort." She says, "We
as it
arrived."
happened.
Or go ahead.
No, please.
She just says we had arrived first, but we do have more forces coming. There's another family interested in the rebuilding of Issac.
I would
I was hoping
mentally
we
tell
could
Bill.
get your help in this. It seems like you've all been within the city and kind of know what's going on here.
Shorter, are you going to say something to telepathically to Bale?
Yeah, I would ask her how they got word from him.
Yeah. How did you receive word from Blackwater? Our understanding was that he's been no. Yeah, I
Missing.
was like, how did you receive word? We haven't seen people coming in and out of the city.
She says we have our ways.
Has he told you where he is in the city?
Oh, well, we
seen-
haven't spoken directly to Blackwater. We just got information about his expedition and what was going on, at least to some extent, what was going on within the city. She says, "Have you seen Lord Blackwater?"
No.
Give me a deception. All right. So all three of them just kind of stare at you as you say that blankly. You don't see any reactions. She says,
Right.
I hope everything is all right with him."
Eh.
We had heard that his people had gone into the city, but we don't know much about their status.
Yeah, there's many dangers in the city. It is not a safe place. If you heard otherwise, perhaps you're falling victim to political intrigue from the Blackwaters or something, because this is not a safe place.
He says, "Well,
Um,
we know it's not safe, but we had heard that the undead ranks had been broken a bit as of late."
hmm. I don't know. There's still plenty of undead in the city. Um, So yeah, I wouldn't recommend habitating here. As such, though, we have been asked by the current ruler of the city, Lady Dinara, to um, request a meeting on her behalf so that you can speak with her.
Is anyone else saying anything?
Mentally, I would say we also need to mention the Warforged because Nimble is with us.
Oh,
She probably just took
I
him for one of your group.
Yeah, and one of the other parties that is in this city as well is represented by the Warforged here, by Nimble. I don't need to point out the fact that he's a Warforged.
Nimble would smile and bow, and he says, "Lady Softspire, it is so good to make your acquaintance. As they stated, my name is Nimble, and our people would be very interested to talk to your people. If you do intend to live near us, then there is much discussion we must have." She would nod and say, "Well, if you are possible allies to us, perhaps we could all work together in dealing with these undead." And he says, "That is something we would have to discuss with Demi Prime, our leader, but it is certainly possible." So Balefire, give me a persuasion since you were the only one talking there. Really?
All right, I'll go ahead and burn a. I think I have. Do I have any inspiration? Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna use an inspiration for advantage
Okay.
and decrement that.
Make an
And
inspired check.
yeah, inspired persuasion. Good decision.
So she would say, "Lady Dinara, this who is this Lady Dinara?" And as she says that, Malestre says she is the old family of the city. I don't know how she would still be alive after 100 years, unless, and he kind of arches an eyebrow at the group, some sorcery perhaps?
Nevertheless, she is here and she is willing to speak with you.
So
So
Malestre at this point whispers something to Arella, who nods. Duligal continues to stand there stoically. Sorry, go ahead. What are you saying?
I said, if you're open to a talk, we will go and let her know, and return on the morrow to bring you details of her suggestion for a meeting.
I would
Meeting.
I would be open. I would like to know more about this Lady Dinara. If she is human, how is it that she is still alive?
Leave that to her to discuss her situation.
Give me another persuasion check.
All right. I'll go ahead and burn another inspiration to make sure this goes well.
All right.
I've got one remaining, just so you know. And persuasion.
Oh. She would nod and say, "All right, what would be involved in speaking with this Lady Dinara?"
As this is her territory, I'll let her decide what I will let her propose the details. So I will return to her, let her know that you're interested, and come back with a proposal.
She nods. She says, "From what it seems, the Warforged are peaceful. We have seen your people." She looks to Nimble. Our scouts have been in contact with them a bit, and at least for now, they don't seem hostile towards us. But there are definitely other dangers in the city. I would assume that the ghouls are free roaming and just attack anyone. Are there any other factions at play here that we should know about besides this lady Dinara?
Yep.
There are the occasional giant bone monstrosities.
There are also the why did I just blank on their name? The tentacle people,
Mind
um,
flayers?
mind
The
flayers.
Alhun?
Yes, there are.
We're not we're not certain if they're still stable, but yeah.
Yeah, there's some unstable mind flayers at work here who have indicated the coming of, was it a special artifact?
Something called the
Mindstorm.
Mind Storm.
Yeah, they've prophesized or warned of a coming thing called a mind storm that they were pretty ecstatic about. So there's that. There's a deranged mage who lives on an island in the lake. I mean, there's
He
just
has
countless
a
things.
weird thing in the lake too. I would be careful of
Yeah,
swimming.
there's a giant monster in the lake. There's a dragon that might eat you. There's walls that speak to you. There's vampires
They're
and revenants and
the what are they called? The ooze things
yeah, some creepy ooze things. There's
and
countless dangers
trolls.
here. Yeah.
She nods and
So
says, "Quite the list." Yes, we know of the we know of the lake. Our people haven't tried to cross it, and we definitely know of the dragon. Do you know what the? It hasn't attacked us yet. I don't know if it's seen our people, but we were concerned. Do you know anything about this dragon or its intentions?
I would say I would have to guess that like with most dragons, it wants to be where it wants to be, and clearly that dragon wants to be here. I can't speak of more.
Malistray would chime in and say, it most likely, from what we've heard, is using the keep as its home. It could be a problem. And she nods. She says, "Well,
Milford shrugged non-committally.
so she says, all right. Well, I do appreciate all this information. Is the group interested in working with me and my people? We could certainly use your help, especially being that you've been here so long. I would be willing to take you on as mercenary followers, and I could pay you, of course."
We're always open to listening to offers, but we won't commit to
Telepathically,
anything. What?
telepathically, I would say to Balfire, we are already committed to Queen Dinara. She has to understand we walk with Queen Dinara.
Telepathically, I'll respond, yeah, of course, but let's not stop this woman from giving us information about her intentions and what she might want us to do. So verbally, Balefire will say, we did come here on behalf of the Queen, but we will happily listen to anything that you have to offer.
Give me a deception check.
All right. And I will use my last persuasion or my last inspiration for that.
Okay.
So let me click on that and update that before I forget. All right, and deception. Lie to the bitch.
Okay. Once again, all three of them just look at you stoically. What's your actually? What is the highest insight passive in the group?
19.
Okay. So Tal, you think Malistray may have seen through one of those deceptions,
Dang.
or it might be not this one, the last one you made. You get the feeling he didn't fully believe what you said, or what Balefire said. Which one was that? That was the
The 29?
The 19.
The
Oh, the
19.
19.
Yeah.
Oh, the deception. Okay.
Yeah. No, not the. Well, you don't see through a persuasion, but yeah, you get the feeling he saw through one of your deceptions, or one of sorry, Balefire's deceptions. So Dinara would just kind of nod, or wait. So what are you saying to her? So she asked, and you said you were open to offers, right?
Yeah, we're open to listening to offers, but clearly we came here as representative of Dynamo.
Do you say? Oh, so you do say you're representatives of Dinara?
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, that seems obvious, right? Because we said we came here
Uh,
to
did
arrange this meeting.
I didn't hear you say that? I may have missed that. Okay,
Oh, well, I
so
mean, maybe I
That's
didn't use
why
the word represent. What's that?
that's why I made the mental comment, because you didn't. It was not really clear from what you were
yeah,
saying there.
like you said you wanted to, or you could set up a a meeting, but I don't think that you announced your
The
loyalties yet.
the
Oh, well,
last deception
representative.
check, he said that we were representatives of her.
So
That's why I was a little bit confused on the deception check.
No, that wasn't about that. That was something else he said that was a little bit deceptive. I don't remember now what it was.
He said that we were representatives of Lady Dainara, and but we are still open to offers.
No,
That's
no.
all he
What it
said.
was,
No, that
what
was
it was, is
something
about
else.
her. Yeah, it was about her being alive. It
No,
was.
no, no, no.
Oh,
The very last deception check he made.
no, not this one. I'm talking
No, no,
about
no, no,
the other
no.
one
The first
that was
one.
made
I
that you
know.
saw
I'm
through.
I'm talking about that one.
Yeah.
That's when he said that we were
Okay.
representatives of Lady Dainara.
Yeah.
so
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 she
said that.
nods at that, and says, "All right. Well, why don't we see about getting this meeting set up, and then we can figure things out from there.
Very well.
Just
And
bring me the details of where this will happen and what is needed."
absolutely. See you on the morrow.
Yes, I would prefer it happen on neutral ground, either somewhere within the city, or if she's willing to come out to the farm, I would like it to happen here, as I don't want to commit soldiers to trying to keep us safe deeper within the city.
Understood. I'll pass on your suggestion.
All right. Well, it was good speaking to you all, and I hope we can work together to make this place a booming town or booming city for the Empire once again.
Befar will nod and then turn to go.
All right. So the group's leaving.
You know, I'll say telepathically, yeah, out in the farm, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you are allowed to leave. They just nod as you
And
go back
Before
north.
before we leave, I want to ask uh Lady Aurelia, would you what is so important about this place? It seems like it's a lot of work to try rebuild it. Why not just set up another city?
She says, "Well, the structures that are intact here could be redone. There is some value to the location as well. Being so close to the Nazic Empire, some of our allies would have an easier time. What's your insight, Mora?"
Passive isn't very high, but
Okay.
it's 12.
All right, so yeah, and she gives you a couple of reasons for trade reasons and just positioning and the keep. Tal, you don't think she's being completely honest with that statement with your 19, but she says it's mostly about location and some of the old structures could be of use. And Tal, you don't think she's completely lying, but you definitely think she's not telling you everything.
Old structures. Good choice of
To try,
words.
try to prod that this seems like these ruins are at least 100 years old. It's not that valuable. there's as you can see, there's a few factions here already. Wouldn't setting
She
up just nearby would probably be fine for everyone.
she says possibly, and that's something we will definitely discuss. If a peace can be reached, then perhaps we will indeed set up someplace new. But it's we still want to at least be near this area if possible. I think there's discussions that need to be had with this Dinara about what we might have or how that would look, and possibly maybe dealing with this dragon if she could be an ally in that.
Setting up nearby would mean you have to deal with the dragon.
She says, "Well, I don't know much about this dragon, and if it would be a danger to our people." Because dragons do cover a large area. So if we did set up smaller or a city nearby, I would have to know that those people would be safe. There's a lot of discussion to be had, I think.
If I may ask, lady, you mentioned another family bringing troops here. Is that like are you walking with them or?
Yes, the council deemed we volunteered, and the council deemed myself and the Asmira as the two families to handle this. You can give me a history check if you want on Asmira.
Here? Oh,
Oh, good roll.
this is not a family in my world.
I was like, I don't know. So, from your reading in the library, the Izmira are actually an older family. They were around during the time of the city's fall, though back then they were not. I guess you'd be going off old information. So, yeah, from what you know, they are one of the up and coming families, but that was like 100 years ago. So you don't
All right.
actually know much about modern Izmira because you wouldn't have been exposed to any literature on them in modern times.
Well, I would guess from my high intellect that if they have sustained themselves all this time, they are most likely gained proclivity.
Yeah, it could be a fair assessment. So she says they are putting in a substantially larger amount of resources to this, as they are expected to take control of the city, be the ruling family, but they're still moving their forces.
I'll say telepathically they're definitely the more powerful family of the two, if that's all true, given how old they are.
And who would be their current family head? Did it
Uh,
specify?
so she seems a little she answers. Bakor Esmira is leading the Esmira forces. Does anyone? I know Tal, you have an insight of 19, but actually, does anyone have a 15 or over for insight?
Nope, not me.
All
Nope.
right. So then, once again, Tal, you pick up on the fact that she might not be the biggest fan of Bakor. There's almost a little resentment when she says that.
What?
Is there anything else you wish to know?
I would ask one last question. By curiosity, because you were sent here by the Council of the Empire Council, right? Who brought the motion to the floor?
Well, it was brought up by the Hesmira, so I believe they are the ones who initially knew of Blackwater's journey, and it was okay to look into by the council. And at this point, Malistray says, "My lady, you seem a bit tired. Perhaps we should wait until the formal meeting, as we will have to go over all this again with the other diplomats." And she looks at him a little funny, but nods and says, "All right, yes, maybe that's all I should speak of for now." I would like to be able to speak with the leaders of these factions as well, and maybe get everyone on the same page, so I don't have to say things multiple times.
Uh, so telepathically, I would say to Balfire to kind of maybe reinforce that Denira is a ruler of Isaac. No, maybe if you feel it's the time.
Now we've got the meeting. I mean, this is all information
Yeah.
that the narrative will want,
All right.
but I don't think that we need to add anything else at the moment.
All right.
All right. Well, good travels to you, Shadowstalkers. I hope that we can, as I said, work together to make things better for everyone.
Likewise.
All right. So the
Thank
group
you for,
heads. Or God.
thank you for your hospitality.
All right. So the group heads out. I assume back to the city. What do you
Yeah.
all want to do?
Well,
Gotta head back to Daenerys, let her know what's going on. Then we have to go to Chiron, uh, because that's what
yeah.
Daenerys wanted. And then
Yes.
I need to go talk to Zana as well after that.
All right. So let's make sure we're not followed by the scouts. I do not want their scout to know about the marketplace entrance.
All right.
All right. So as you're moving through, are you just keeping an eye out? You mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And even like if I don't know if one of us want to kind of do a rear guard, stealth rear guard, just to make sure that we're not followed.
So one
Well,
Go for
thing.
if this is pretty much the last thing we're doing today, we can try to just turn a corner and I'll just get invisibility on all of us.
Oh, perfect. That
it.
would
Yep.
be awesome.
So one
All
thing
right.
you might have noticed that might be a little bit unsettling is you don't see any ghouls anywhere. Even before, I mean, there were small groups here and there, but this time when you walked through the city, you didn't see any of them, which might be a little bit off-putting.
They've cleaned them. Okay. Yeah, let's do that invisibility thing.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you use invisibility, and you start heading back. You would notice as you're going through. It looks like there is a scout keeping an eye out from this house that you didn't see before. Or maybe he wasn't there before. You don't think he sees you? Do you want to do anything or just keep going?
Yeah, we're just going back to the marketplace.
Yep.
Okay. So you head back to the marketplace and go speak to Lady Dinara.
Yep.
All right. And what are you telling her?
We'll tell her basically what happened. So we met with the lady Softspire. Let her know that there's a larger group coming. Let them know that there's a little bit of tension between the groups. Um, let them know that the Empire fully intends to rebuild this city based off of the word of uh, Blackwater. Even though he's not around anymore, say she's willing to talk to you, though they seem suspicious on how you might still be alive. Though we didn't let the nature of your condition, um, we didn't acknowledge or anything. Let it be known the nature of your condition.
She says, well,
Um,
there's no real way to hide it, unfortunately, so I'm not sure if there's any good not telling them. The other problem is I cannot leave my chambers. I'm still confined here, so they would
right.
have to come here.
Yeah, so I told them that I would take them a proposal to them from you tomorrow. But in the meantime, you'd mentioned that you wanted to talk to Chiron, so we'll head over to his place next and see if there's something he can do to solve that problem for tomorrow, or within a couple days, and perhaps we can buy time before that meeting so that we can keep your location here a secret. I don't think you want it being known that you're here,
All
if
right.
we can at all avoid it. I don't trust these people.
She says, "Well, I mean, they are Empire politicians. I would not assume to trust them, but they are something that we're going to have to deal with."
Lady Dinara, do you have like a banner of your family or some kind of flag or banner that we could use for like
Oh,
our official next official meeting?
there might still be some banners in the keep. I'm not sure what kind of condition they'd be in after 100 years, but some of our family crests might still be present over there. I could have some of my soldiers look, although I don't think they can physically carry them.
We that can help actually. Maybe like raising your banner on top of the keep, or some in some places in the town will kind of clearly mark your domination or your ruling your rulership on
Claim.
the city or your claim. Yeah.
Doesn't the dragon still control the keep?
Wow.
Yep.
It is, yeah, it is, but uh,
We might be
I
able to help.
mean,
Well,
you have lived with a dragon for many decades, right? So that
yes, but
wouldn't
my
change.
my soldiers have stayed away from the keep because of the dragon and its drakes. Will it let someone hang a banner from its home?
Well, I think you guys have a common interest here because I don't think anything will go well for either of you guys if the Empire decides to actually take this city. We did
Yes,
the idea of um, having them establish a city nearby instead of trying to retake this one. So that might be an avenue worth pursuing. If you and the other um, groups within the city uh, can put up a strong enough front, you might be able to dissuade these families from actually trying to take your home. And that
and
goes,
Have
yeah,
you have you been in contact with the dragon? Does it speak?
yes, we can communicate with the dragon.
Oh, I did not realize that you had spoken to the dragon. If it is friendly and willing to work with us, then yes, for sure, that would give us a large advantage over any forces that might come. I had assumed the dragon was an entity unto itself. I didn't realize you had spoken with it.
Oh, it is an entity unto itself, but it does speak. So, we can, there's no harm in trying to see that you guys have a mutual interest in not having the humans reestablish a home in the city.
Give me a deception check.
I'm not trying to lie.
Well, just to see if she might sense there's more to the relationship with you and the dragon.
Fair enough.
Oh no. She's gonna catch you cheating.
I mean, not
Well,
technically cheating.
it's
Oh,
not like
jeez.
it's not like crazy here.
uh,
So she might look at you a little weird as you're saying this, and she says, "So do you know this dragon well?"
Yeah, we've talked quite a bit.
Apparently, it
We've
was a enslaved pet of Malik's that we basically freed.
Oh,
Yeah, we were asked actually by one of the two Shadow Lords to kill the dragon, but we decided to hear its story before fighting with it, and we decided that the dragon's story was better than the Shadow Lord's story. So
I
we
see.
basically befriended the dragon.
All right. Well, you've given me a lot to think about. Why don't you go and speak with Chiron, have him get in touch with me, and I'll try to decide what my next steps are going to be.
and
Absolutely.
if may I ask, Queen Dinara, currently what's your status with Nimble and his friend, the Warforged? Are you guys remain on a neutral term?
Oh, because I mean,
Well,
Nimble is actually still with you, I assume.
yes.
She looks to Nimble and she would say, I have spoken a little with the Warforged, but I admit I have not had as much contact as I would like. Again, being stuck in here is very limiting. And Nimble
Yeah, and
nods and says, I think we should probably, since we're neighbors, figure something out. If we are to deal with these Teruvian Empire forces, we might have to join forces at some point. And she nods and says, well,
good,
even more reason for me to get out of here.
good to hear. Here.
She nods and says, all right, well, I shall speak with you all soon as I try to formulate a plan.
Very well. We'll go speak to Chiron immediately.
Okay. So you head back to the keep. We are at 206, so this might be a good place to pause as you are going to go speak with Chiron. Why don't we do MVP votes? I will say I did not expect you guys to tear through those vampires as quickly as you did.
We warned them. We warned them.
Tried to tell you.
It was just like shock and awe. It was like first round, one of them was down, and then there's just like AOE bomb. I'll have to keep an eye on this group. All right, so it's kind of a split vote. Balefire, you eked it out with 2 votes. Congrats.
Hey. Thanks,
Everyone
everyone.
else was pretty
Thanks to the
split.
2 of you who voted for me. Anyway, appreciate it.
All right, so I'm going to take some notes on what happened, but other than that, I think we're good. I'll be here if anyone wants to speak. Otherwise, I'll see you all next week.
All right, thanks.
All right. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.
All right, take
Bye.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, journal is updated.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like those vampires were supposed to be a deadly encounter or anything, but I did think that they would be a little more challenging. I was surprised.
Well, the spellcaster wasn't even in the fight to help them, really.
Well, by the time he could have done something, you'd already cleaned up the front line. The spellcaster was
Yeah.
not that high level.
The vampires had +8 to hit from what I saw, so there was no chance they were hitting anything.
Yeah, at least
Except
not
me.
the front line. But they also didn't know anything about the group, so I didn't think they would necessarily come out with sneak attacks, and they thought they could take you because they didn't know who
They
you
saw
were.
it wrong.
But now they know a little bit more about you. Because, yeah, I think this was your first encounter with their people.
Second.
Or second, sorry. And the first time, I don't think there were any survivors. You'd killed them all.
Yep. We killed the mind drinker as well. I remember gathering his essence. I'm gonna head out. Have a good week, everyone.
Yeah, take care. I'm just taking some notes.
Figured.
Oh. I'm getting kind of bored of having a game of 3 players, basically. There's literally nothing to interact with because there's 3 players who have all the story and lore, all the lore. They don't even tell me anything. I just sit around all session listening to what they want to do.
I guess, what more, like, you just want more of, because I mean,
It doesn't really matter. Like, what I want is just this is just what it is, right? Myself and Tal are not involved at all.